Okay, welcome back to the Submarine Podcast. This is episode number 23. I'm going to be doing things a little different today because as you can see, well, I don't have a partner today. I'm by myself, but that's all right. It's not going to stop us from doing a podcast this week. Last week, we didn't have an episode mainly because it was holiday season, It was Thanksgiving week. So I just wanted to, give all the time off, spend time so he can spend it with his family. But I don't even know if he was here. I just know that he was away on a trip to Seattle. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was his situation for the holidays, but if he was here, let him have it off. If he wasn't, it's all good either way. But yeah. All right. Anyways, and besides, whenever we shoot the podcasts, I wanted to celebrate. Take the time to celebrate Anna's birthday. If you don't know who Anna is, I won't really mention her around here. Maybe a couple of times you might have heard her barking. She is my fur baby. So, that was that. I wanted to give her the whole day, give her all the attention for one whole day, which I don't really have days free to give her. So I took the opportunity and the chance that I had to do it on Tuesday, and that's why we didn't have any podcast or anything put out for the last week. But this week, it's only going to be me. I decided to give Aldo, he has some things he had to go do, so give him the week off, or the day off, so he can take care of everything he has to. But we're going to continue it. We're going to do it. And just so you know, back to the intro. My name is Adrian, your host of the Submarine Podcast for here at Unversed. Now, before we get started, real quick, again, you can listen to a shorter version of the podcast on iTunes, which will mainly focus on stories and whatever we talk about towards the end, which will be different. We're gonna have a different style with it today because I'm by myself and I can't really debate with Aldo, or with anybody. So it's gonna be mostly like what I think and opinion of all these little things that I have for today. And you want to see the full version, you want to see the full version of the podcast, you can always watch it on YouTube, where I always recommend, just because you can see me, it feels more, like special, I don't know. It feels more like being one with oneself, like it feels like you're talking with us or listening with us in person. So the visual, it's just a visualizing, where in the other one you just listen to our voice. But it's good to do it listening while I'm driving in the car or something, or while you're waiting for something, I don't know. Just pop it up in your phone or something, just listen, right? That's the iTunes version. But yeah, YouTube version, a little bit longer, but I think it's well worth it. More in depth, more detail. Anyways, let's get this started. So, what do we got? Oh yeah, first, right at the beginning, like I'm saying, we're gonna go into the league recaps. Last week there was no club games, so kind of worked in our favor, so we don't really miss much. But this week, 2 weeks ago, I want to say, it's like we're behind, but last weekend there was games. So let's go ahead and get started with Primera División. If you're into soccer, this is soccer talk, so stay tuned. If you want to skip soccer, you don't care about soccer, I'll have some on the description box below. I'll have some times where you can just skip to the other stories, which we're going to have something different. We're going to talk about Dragon Ball Z, some Super Smash Bros, and some peace offering dogs from South Korea. And we might get into, for the winter people out there, what you should be carrying on your car with you at all times, just in case. Because here in Chicago, it did snow. It was our first snow day, so, and I got a good story to tell where I had a bad week, pretty much. I had a bad week this last week, so, but I'm still smiling, so that's good, I'll talk about my bad stuff going on. in my life. But all right, let's get on with the league. So, Primera División. We're gonna go top 6 teams. Well, let's just go. Let's just go top 6 teams right here. Look. I will do it different. I'll run through it real quick. So, 20th. No, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it how we had it. So, let's go top 6 teams. Teams that are qualifying for Europa League and Champions League, and who are in the top for the Primera División, winning the Primera División. So here we go, number 6, we got Real Madrid with 20 points. They actually are tied with Girona, who are in 7th. In 5th, you got Espanyol with 21 points. In 4th, Deportivo Alaves with 23. In 3rd, Atletico Madrid, 24 points. In 2nd, Barcelona with 25. And in 1st is Sevilla with 26 points. So that's interesting. We could probably see Sevilla winning. You know, there has been rumors where people will say, with the current situation, Sevilla could be taking La Liga this year. Any interesting? Let's go with the matches now for the Primera División. We got Friday, November 23rd. Leganes and Deportivo Alaves. Leganes win 1-0. On Saturday, November 24th, Eibar wins 3-0 against Real Madrid. Valencia wins 3-0 against Rayo Vallecano. Huesca and Levante tie 2-2. Atletico Madrid and Barcelona tie 1-1. Sunday, November 25th, Athletic Club ties with Getafe 1-1. Sevilla wins 1-0 against Real Valladolid. Espanyol loses 1-3 against Girona. Villarreal wins 2-1 against Real Betis. And then yesterday and Monday, well, this is for the next fixture, but yesterday and Monday, November 26th, Real Sociedad wins 2-1 against Celta Vigo. So interesting, right? Real Madrid lose again. Goes back to my question, what happened with the defense, right? Apparently, Aldo's opinion, very strong opinion. But even Barcelona lost, and now I hear that anybody knows, but Luis Suarez is injured, so knee injury, so we'll see what happens there. That's going to be interesting. How that will affect him, especially because he's the main striker. Anyways, moving on to Serie A. Top 6 teams in 6th. Well, actually, let's go Roma in 7th right here with 19 points. Their time was Sassuolo, who are in 8th. And now we're going up now. I just wanted to say about Roma because they are one of my... It's interesting to see them not in the top 6, but in 6th, Parma Calcio, 20 points. In 5th, AC Milan with 22. In 4th, Lazio with 23. In 3rd, Inter with 28. In 2nd place, Napoli with 29. And currently still in 1st, Juventus, who have had the best start season in I don't know how many years, but it's good for them. 37 points. No losses yet. That is really good. Good for Juventus right there, man. All right, let's see. Matches for Serie A. So, let's see. Saturday, November 24th. Udinese wins 1-0 against Roma, so they actually lost there. Juventus wins 2-0 against Spal 2013. Inter Milan wins 3-0 against Frosinone. On Sunday, November 25th, Parma Calcio wins 2-1 against Sassuolo. Napoli and Chievo Verona tie 0-0. Empoli wins 3-2 against Atalanta. Bologna and Fiorentina tie 0-0. Lazio and AC Milan tie 1-1. Genoa and Sampdoria tie 1-1. Monday, November 26th, yesterday, because we shoot on Tuesdays, Cagliari and Torino tie 0-0. Some ties there in Serie A, but we'll see what happens in Serie A. We can easily see that Juventus could probably take that easily. Moving on to Bundesliga, I believe today is Champions League, so we will talk some previews. Some games might be playing already. I'm missing them as we speak. So Bundesliga. Oh man, should have gotten some water. All right, Bundesliga. Top 6 teams. Hoffenheim in 6th with 20 points. Bayern Munich in 5th with 21 points. Red Bull Leipzig in 4th with 22. And third, Frankfurt with 23. Second, Borussia Mönchengladbach, 26 points. And in first, Borussia Dortmund, still with 30 points. Well, not still with 30 points, but still on the top spot with 30 points. They have not lost as well, so Borussia Dortmund is doing really well this season. But it's not that they think they do bad. It's just that it's surprising to see Bayern Munich down on the 5th spot. All right, Friday, November 23rd. Bayer Leverkusen wins 2-0 against Stuttgart. Saturday, November 24th. Bayern Munich will tie with Dusseldorf, who are actually on relegation zone, 3-3. Hertha Berlin and Hoffenheim also tie 3-3. Augsburg and Frankfurt. Well, Frankfurt wins 3-1 against Augsburg. Mainz 05 loses 1-2 against Borussia Dortmund. Wolfsburg pick up the win, 1-0 against Red Bull Leipzig. Schalke 04 wins 5-2 against Nuremberg. I believe that's how you say it. I don't know. Sunday, if I'm wrong, correct me. It's fine. I'm not the greatest translator. Not translator. Pronouncer. Sunday, November 25th. Freiburg ties 1-1 against Werder Bremen, and Borussia Mönchengladbach 4-1 against Hannover 96. Alright, so a couple good games right there. Schalke 4 picking up the win. Yeah. I'll tell you about Bayern Munich as well. Them and Real Madrid, I believe. Yep, I got Real Madrid and Bayern Munich up there. So, moving on to League 1. We have Marseille in 5th with 25 points. Lille in 4th with 26. Montpellier in 3rd with 26. Lyon in 2nd with 27. And in 1st, obviously, PSG with 42. Still clean record, clean sheet, everything, whatever. 14-0-0. Man, they are running ahead. They are running away with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they're running away with it. So we got Friday, November 23rd. Lyon wins against Saint Etienne, 1-0. Saturday, November 24th. PSG win 1-0 against Toulouse. Strasbourg loses 0-1 against Nimes. Reims 2-1 against Guingamp. Dijon and Bordeaux tie 0-0. Nantes 1-1 against Angers. Cayenne loses 0-1 against Monaco. And then Sunday, November 25th. Montpellier and Rennes ties 2-2. Nice 2-0 against Lille. Amiens, I don't know, 1-3 against Marseille. And that concludes League 1, which doesn't seem really much. We always say no competition there for PSG so far. We'll be talking about Neymar leaving PSG and his fee with him accepting his fee with 200 mil or something to leave. All right, now Premier League. Although usually does this, reads them all, but we're just going to keep it to top 5. So we got 5th, Arsenal with 27 points. Chelsea in 4th with 28. Tottenham moves to 3rd with 30 points. Liverpool in 2nd with 33 points. And Man City stay on top with 35 points. Yeah. Honorable mention is Manchester United on 7th with 21 points. I think they tied. No, they lost. Yeah, they tied. I think they tied. Disappointing for me, especially since I'm a Manchester United fan, as you know. But what can you do, right? What can you do? In Mourinho's words, they weren't playing with heart. So, Saturday, November 24th in Premier League. Brighton wins. No, they tie 1-1 against Leicester. Everton wins 1-0 against Cardiff. Fulham 3-2 against Southampton. Manchester United, as I said, they tied 0-0 against Crystal Palace. Liverpool wins 3-0 against Watford. Man City wins 4-0 against West Ham. Tottenham actually beat Chelsea 3-1. Surprising, but it happens in the world of football. Arsenal wins 2-1 against Bournemouth. And Huddersfield actually beat 2-0 against Wolves. Newcastle 2-1 against Burnley yesterday, November 26th. But that's already the second. Another week. That's another week. Oh, man. What is wrong with I need that water. I'll get some water in a bit. So, that's everything in the leagues. Let's move on to Champions League. And let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. We got some games playing. And let's see how they're doing. Yeah, I'm shooting a little bit late, but that's alright. Now let's see. So Tuesday, November 27th. Moscow versus Victoria Plzen. Athens versus Ajax. Juventus versus Valencia. Lyon versus Man City. Bayern Munich versus Benfica. Roma and Real Madrid. Well, let's see who's going to win. I think who's going to win. Let's see. I think Moscow. Well, now let's just. Yeah. Moscow versus Victoria Plzen. Let's go draw. Athens and Ajax. Ajax wins. Juventus and Valencia. I think Juventus will pick up the win. Lyon and Man City. Man City will pick up the win. Bayern Munich and Benfica could be a tie, but I'm gonna have some hope on Bayern Munich. Roma and Real Madrid could be a tie as well, but I think Real Madrid can take it. Real Madrid, Hoffenheim and Shakhtar Donetsk. Wow, terrible legend. Draw there. Manchester United versus Young Boys. Let's go Man United. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, November 28th. Atletico Madrid versus Monaco. Let's say I'm going to go with Atletico. Lokomotiv Moscow versus Galatasaray. Napoli versus Red Star. Let's go Napoli. Borussia Dortmund versus Club Brugge. Borussia. PSV versus Barca. Let's go Barca. I think Barcelona's going to take it this year, honestly. Not a lie. PSG versus Liverpool. What did they do? What happened last time? I'm going to give it to Liverpool. I think they tied, but Liverpool, I don't remember. Porto versus Schalke 4. Give it to Porto. And Tottenham versus Inter Milan. I'm going to give it to Inter Milan. So, there we go. Like I said, my predictions were there. Let's see how they're actually doing. Because there are some teams playing. So Ajax and Athens are tied 0-0 as of right now. Moscow is actually winning against Victoria Plzen. Everybody else plays at 2. So interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna get some water. Welcome back to the Sub Me In podcast. This is episode number 23. And again, if you just want to, not listen to soccer talk, but you want to skip it, if you are on the YouTube version, then let's just say YouTube. If you are on YouTube watching this, listening to this on YouTube, then you can just check out the description box below. There will be a little time slot, time frame, I don't know, that will, not really a frame, but that we'll pretty much skip to whatever else I'm going to be talking for today. And just a little small preview. We got some stuff about Dragon Ball Z, Super Smash Bros. Some dogs from South Korea that had babies. Peace offering dogs. So more in depth later on. But and winter preparedness, because it is winter season for some of you guys who live out there that experience snow. What you should be carrying on your car, pretty much essentials for the winter season. So, but we are going to continue soccer talk, and and if you notice that I'm by myself this week, today, this episode, I will be by myself. No Aldo, but that's all right, because we're still going to have some fun, right? It doesn't matter. It will be more opinionated. What we talk about, more opinions than debate. Usually I like debate more, talking with him about debate, but when you gotta go solo, you gotta think of ways to pull it off solo. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but alright, let's continue this. Let's see. We'll move on. Staying into the topic of soccer, soccer talk, let's go with who is worse right now, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. That was the topic I had for today that I wanted to talk with Aldo, because last week, on the weekend, Real Madrid lose 3-0 against Eibar, and Bayern Munich tie 3-3 against Dusseldorf, which I believe both these teams. I want to make sure if Eibar is, but I know Dusseldorf is in relegation zone. So if you're like at least top 6 on top of the league, then I mean you should have no problem winning. It should be an easy W, right? But it wasn't in this case. Now let me check Eibar. Where is Eibar? So they're in 10th spot. They got 18 points, 5 wins, 3 draws, and 5 losses. Not really much in relegation zone, but I mean still, for a team like Real Madrid's caliber, it should really be an easy win, right? So, in my opinion, who is worse, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich? Well, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna go with an answer that Aldo would give, because it's the same kind of way that I feel. I can't really say that either one is doing either one is bad. They're both in 5th place, I believe. Bayern Munich was in 5th in their league, and Real Madrid is in 6th. But Real Madrid has like 20 teams in that league, and Germany has 18 in the Bundesliga. But I'm gonna go with like I was saying, all those answers. What Aldo would probably say is, I don't think either one is doing like, I don't think either one is bad. It's just like they had a bad day or something. I don't know how to say it. It's just like it's 2 strong teams. You've seen them dominate both the leagues before, or like other competitions like Champions League. They can dominate. They are a super team in their respective leagues. So, like, when people say, like, our conversation last time, our debate was like, does Real Madrid, what did I say, Barca? No, it was Barca. It wasn't Barca. Is this their worst defense? Well, we can talk about the same thing. Is Real Madrid's defense, like this current defense, that bad? No, it's just sometimes you just don't have your games, right? Sometimes you just don't have. It's not your game. It's not your week. It's not your game. And in this case, for both teams, I mean, Bayern Munich tied at least, but you know, it was a tie with a team that's in relegation zone. But like, look at the chances with like what happened with Leicester City back in the day. Like, no one believed they could win. A team such as that can never win the Premier League, but they did. I mean, anything can happen, right? So, you know, even big teams like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich can have their bad seasons. They're bad, but it doesn't mean they're like the worst team, the worst lineup, or worst team from their history or something. I mean, it looks bad, but you know, I think during the second round of the league, it's gonna change. You're gonna see that it's gonna change. It most likely will change. So they're gonna get their head in the game. But which one is doing it worse right now? That was the original question between each other. I'm gonna say they're kind of both performing the same way. You know, they're pretty close to this like 6th spot and the 5th spot. One is out of 20 teams, the other one is out of 18 teams. I know I'm looking like up there because the board is up there, but like, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go with they're kind of the same. They're slightly the same, but I might say Real Madrid is doing a little bit worse than Bayern, but I think it'll change. You know, I don't think they're gonna end like out of any kind of international competition or something. I think they'll do fine. They'll come back. So, speaking of Real Madrid, it is one of the options for Neymar. Neymar already said he's probably going to leave PSG, and PSG said, you know, if you're going to leave, you got to pay a 200 million fee to leave. I guess because they paid a lot for him, or he's breaking the contract or something. He agreed. He's like, you know what, I'm down for that. I just want to like get out of here. I'm guessing like it might be just because of like how easy it is to win in League One. You know, they have a record of 14-0. They're undefeated, so it's gonna be like they're running away with the championship. So he probably just wants some competition. He probably wants to look like he's trying or something, or maybe he wants to prove everybody wrong. Like everybody say, he's all hype, you know. He wants to prove them wrong, so he might be just going to a different like league, and one of them is actually it's the Spanish league. It's either Real Madrid or Barcelona, and I think the other option was staying with PSG. I want to say, yeah, I think so. But I think he already said he announced that he is for sure leaving. I could see him going to Barcelona for sure. But in my opinion, if I was him, because you know you don't want to go to Real Madrid. I feel like you kind of don't want to go to Real Madrid, just because, you know, we could talk about how Real Madrid ruined some people's careers when they moved there. And I mean, we already talked about, you know, we've already talked about how Real Madrid treats their players, like especially legends, like they treat them bad. So it's like probably avoid going to Real Madrid. It seems like something like glamorous, like something good, like wow, I'm going to Real Madrid, right? But when you get there, it's like, wow, why did I come here? You know. I know it's crazy how I'm saying this because it's like I'm a Real Madrid fan, but it's reality, you know. That's exactly how I would play. If it was me, even though I am a Madrid fan, I'd probably go to Barcelona. But in Neymar's case, if he really wants to go back to the Spanish Liga, I'd go back to Barcelona. But in all honesty, I'd probably avoid going to the Spanish League and go to a different league. Probably, most likely Premier League. Just to play with another team, you know? I mean, he's already played in Barcelona. You can probably go there and probably win again. Most likely win again. You know, whether it's La Liga or Champions League or something, whatever. Copa del Rey. If you want guaranteed wins. But that's kind of like the same thing why you went to PSG, right? Like, when you went to PSG, you should have like seen that they were a stacked team, and you're gonna be like, well, there's no fun in that. There's no fun in playing in a stacked team. Honestly, for me, you want to kind of like try to win with a team that's like not all stars, and then when you actually do win, you get that good feeling, you know, like wow, I just accomplished something great. You know, I got this team I'm playing this team that's not like fully stacked, and we were able to pick up the championship title, you know. So I'd probably like, if I was him, honestly, I'd probably go to like play somewhere else. Most likely like Serie A or Premier League. Most likely Premier League, because he hasn't played in Premier League. I'd probably definitely want to go there, especially if it's like around his prime time, like that age where it's like he's in his prime, and that's probably the place to, like, if he wants to leave PSG and prove everybody wrong, like I'm not just a flop, I'm actually good, then Premier League is probably the way to go. Because again, if you go to either way, if you go to Bundesliga, it's like you're getting a new experience. As long as you go to a different place and get a new experience, like playing in a different league, because every league, like we always talk, they always play different. And I know Aldo always says like some are like no competition, or some are harder to play in, but like, yeah, there's all that to like think about, but like just playing somewhere else, I mean, every place has different climates, different pitches, so different playing style, so it's like just experience something new, man. If if I was Neymar, that's what I would do. I'd probably try to like, you know what I would pull off if I was like that good, if I was somebody good, I'd probably pull off like, I know it sounds impossible. It sounds dumb and impossible, but try to play like in every top league, every once a year or every once a season, right? But you gotta think about like the money and stuff and all the contracts, but it's all that boiling down. But I remember, just that's what I would probably do. Just go to a different league, man. That's where I would go. That's what I should go with if I was him. But if he just wants to stick to something safe, and he wants to just go back to La Liga, and if it's between Real Madrid or Barcelona, dude, just go back to Barcelona. You don't want to go to Real Madrid. That's crazy. I'm a Real Madrid fan, but it's like, I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest. I've seen how Real Madrid, especially the president. I don't like the president. I don't like pretty much. I mean, what happened with the coaching staff? It's just the way Real Madrid works. It's kind of like sketchy, man. It's kind of like, like I said, it's like when you go eat somewhere, like this supposedly really good restaurant, and there's like so much hype, and then you finally go there, get something to eat, and it's shit. It's shit. That's how Real Madrid is, bro. That's how I've seen it. I'm a fan of Real Madrid, but I mean, look at what happened to even like to Ronaldo. Like, come on, man. It's crazy. Plus, I mean, we've talked about it, how they treated the legends. Casillas, bro. Casillas, man. They treat them like shit. Don't go Real Madrid. All right. The last one I want to talk about FIFA on Soccer Talk is FIFA considers proposal to move World Cup from 4 years to 2 years. Now, here's the thing. The World Cup is the World Cup, like, because of the 4-year thing. It's big because it's a 4-year thing. That's why it's a big deal. As much as, I mean, honestly, I would love to see the World Cup every 2 years. That's glamorous, man. That's amazing. Just watching a tournament like that, like international games like that type of competition. That's amazing for me. Like, that'd be awesome, honestly. But I just feel like it's gonna lose its prestigiousness. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, let's say, like, let's take other sports. So like, let's say the playoffs for the NBA, the Super Bowl for football, and like the Stanley Cup and the World Series. It's every year, and you see like different champions, different winners every single time, unless they're like winning like repeatedly. But to me, those games aren't like that big of a deal for me. Like the finals, the finals for the World Series, the finals for the Stanley Cup, the finals for the Super Bowl. Like, it's not a big deal for me. Like, you see that every year, so it's like, it's just like meh to me. I know it's a big deal for some people, and people go crazy over it, and like everybody wants to watch it, like, because it's the finals, right? It's a final. But like, I remember all the time when someone would say, like, when I'm watching the World Cup during work, someone's like, why are you watching that? It's just soccer. No one cares about soccer. And well, that's just the United States. The United States doesn't care about soccer. But the whole world, around the world, does care about soccer, And he's like, who cares about a damn game? Like, who cares about the World Cup? But dude, my dude. And I'm always like, my dude. I don't say my dude. I'm just like, yo, my man. I don't talk this way, but I always tell him, like, it's a big deal because it's every 4 years. I'm not gonna see these games anymore until like another 4 years pass by, and it's like it goes by so fast. But at the same time, you realize that you're getting older and older, and you're like, well, damn, man, like. It was so long ago that I've seen the last World Cup, but then it comes real quick, but it's because time flies, but it's the fact that it's every 4 years that makes it so big, like the World Cup. That's what makes it so big. That's why that when you because you don't see like the chances for like Messi or Ronaldo to win a World Cup were like slim, because at the time, I mean, Messi had a bigger chance because Argentina is actually a pretty good team. Portugal, like, they are good sometimes, but not so good every 4 years. It's every 4 years for a team for Portugal to be good. It's like the chances are low, but like Messi had a better chance with Argentina. But I mean, like, you saw that the chances of winning a World Cup are slim for them because because of their teams at the time. Argentina wasn't so good when Messi was playing, so I mean it's crazy. I mean they were good. It's just I don't know what was happening to them, but that's what makes the World Cup big. Even though for a fan, every 2 years isn't bad. It's like kind of like good. You don't have to wait so long. You don't have to wait because you don't get like for the next World Cup. You're not like wow I was younger back then, but I feel like it's a good thing for like fans, but at the same time, and players as well because that would have given so many chances for Messi or Ronaldo to win a World Cup. Because every 4 years the squad changes. Like it's not the same squad as 4 years ago. It's gonna have different players. That's what's crazy, and that's what made it so prestigious. That's what made it so like hard to win a World Cup to win. Some international players are like let's take Gareth Bale for example. He's like, well, what are the chances of me winning the World Cup? It's like I'm not gonna focus on World Cup. The World Cup isn't that important to me, but you know what? A Champions League is because every year. There's the differential right there. So sometimes I think for players it would be a plus every 2 years, especially for players like Ronaldo and Messi who that would have favored them for sure. But then like I feel like the title would lose, like the championships would lose. Definitely its prestigiousness. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it won't be as a big deal as it is. It's still going to be a big deal because it's an international cup, but like it'll be the chances to win it is higher for somebody for teams. It's crazy how to think about it, but that's how I feel. Like that's what I feel. That's my opinion. It'll lose its value a little bit. Like it won't be that much of a big deal if it's every 2 years for me, as it is when it's 4 years. Plus, I have a feeling like it's got to be with locations as well, man. Like, it'll favor fans, like I'm saying, like, chances for them to experience a World Cup every 2 years, whereas every 4 years, it's better experience with the fans. Like, say me, oh, when's it coming around this time? Where is it gonna go? Maybe I can go there. Maybe I can go there. But every 4 years is like you're not really. Plus, the venues is like. Every 4 years, it gives a country time to prepare for a World Cup, but every 2 years, I mean, it still probably gives them time, but they're going to be a little bit more rushed. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on with it, especially with like now they're talking about having a South American UEFA Nations League, not UEFA, South American Nations League. But yeah, I mean, it's not all bad for it to be every 2 years. But I'm just saying that it will lose its value than when it is for every 4 years. That's what I'm trying to say. Because winning a cup it comes up every 4 years, that's crazy. It's a big deal. But every 2 years, I mean, it'll still be a big deal because it is a cup. It's just the value of it, the feeling of winning it is just going to be like, meh. To me, at least. I mean, it's still a World Cup, but it's like the Gold Cup. Think of a Gold Cup for the CONCACAF. It's like, I mean, usually the U.S. or Mexico win it, but it's it's every 2 years, and it's just like, hey, do you want to go to the Gold Cup? Nah, I'll go for I can wait 2 more years. Whereas if it was like a world every 4 years, it's like, hey, yo, dude, it's coming around this year. You want to go? Hell yeah, dude! There's not gonna be another chance for it. I might have to wait for another 4 years. I might be like 28, and then next 4 years I'll be like 30 something, So it's like, yeah, I gotta go. So it's like, that's the thing. It changes a lot. So I mean, when Ronaldo comes back, we'll see what he thinks of it. But I mean, that's how I'm feeling right now with this going on. But like, it'll benefit me and like people, like players and all that. But it's just the cup itself will just lose its value. That's what I feel like. That's the summary. All right, we're gonna take a small break, and then we'll continue with. That's the end of soccer talk. So we'll go with whatever's going up next, which is like Dragon Ball Z, Super Smash Bros, and puppies. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, now let's move on with other topics, other stuff I want to talk about. We are doing the different this episode of the Submian podcast because I am by myself, so can't really talk opinions. But here, let's talk some Dragon Ball Z. Now, why am I looking at the mic? Anyways, some Dragon Ball Z. So, if you guys are fans of Dragon Ball Super, whatnot, and all that stuff, well, you guys already know that Dragon Ball Super Broly is coming out. It's a movie with Broly, and they are changing things up, and they are adding stuff. I want to say to Goku's origin, I believe. So, they already show that. I mean, if you read the manga, you already saw what's going on with Dragon Ball, what's it called, Minus or something? I think that's the manga. But you've seen that they showed Goku's mom, how do you pronounce it, Jean? I don't know. How is it? It's like Jine. That's Goku's mom, though. We're going to call her Jean. Jean? I want to call her Jean. So, you've seen her, you could probably find a picture of how she looks now. And here's the thing. So, why am I saying so much? I don't know. She's supposed to be kind. That's her personality. She's a sweet girl. She's a nice girl. Which is weird for Saiyans, right? Because usually they're a violent race. Even women. Because you've seen women Saiyans before. On the Bardock special. He had some friends that were, I think it was one friend that was a girl. I don't know. But you've seen them that they were violent as well. Interesting, right? Can Jean be the only girl, the only female Saiyan who was kind? I don't know. She has a nice personality, though. Supposedly, she has a nice personality, which I believe, because I can see it happening. It's rare, but I can see it happening because Goku he's nice. You know, he's got a nice personality as well. He's a pretty kind dude. He cares about people. I know the argument can be, well, it's because he hit his head when he was a child. I mean, his grandpa Gohan dropped him from a cliff. He fell down, hit his head on a rock. And that's what made him forget everything that he was a Saiyan, where he came from, what his mission was, what his goal was. Because he was sent to destroy planet Earth, I believe. I don't know. I think that was it. I think he was sent to destroy planet Earth. But he ended up forgetting everything, and I mean, growing up with Gohan, Grandpa Gohan, he turned into this nice guy who was a hero. But I don't believe that. I think now this changes everything. Well, I think this is supposed to change everything. That he was just meant to be, that he got his personality from his mom, which is believable. Now I can see that happening. I mean, if she was nice, he probably got it from her. But then you got like, I think, why did she fall in love with the brute like Bardock? Now, are you seeing Bardock was violent as well. We saw that in his special. Then you also see why she could have fallen in love with him. Because even though he was a Saiyan and he was violent, just like the rest of them, he was the only one who stood up against Frieza at the time. You know, when Frieza was going to kill them all. I mean, yeah, he found out that he's going to betray them and kill his whole race, but even then, he was the only one who stood up against Frieza, right? So maybe that's why she fell in love with him. She was like, you know, there's something special about this one. He's got a kind heart. He's got a heroic heart. Even though he shows it on the outside that he's a bear, and the inside, he's a teddy bear. That's right. Bardock was a teddy bear. Because there was another special of him where he goes up against what's that guy's name? Chill? I think it was Chill. Yeah, little dude who was like a little version of Frieza. And even then, that's when he turns Super Saiyan. Wow, he turns Super Saiyan. Even then, you see that his kindness, right? His heroic to save those I don't know what they were called, but they were a different race. But yeah, I don't know what it was, but you see that he still was a hero from the inside, even though on the outside he was like some barbaric Satan. That's how they describe them. So it's interesting to see this new character, and I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be something cool. Plus the special of, that movie. It looks pretty good. If you haven't seen the trailer, check it out. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be dope. Broly, legendary Super Saiyan. Wow, dude, amazing. But yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a good film for those anime lovers, for my anime people. And we'll see what happens. Does Goku team up with Vegeta to defeat Broly, or does he do something to change him? And then Broly is on their team, the Green Ranger. I'm gonna call him the Green Ranger. Does he do something to change his ways? That's a Saiyan. That's a Saiyan. You saw how they were like together and stuff, like when they were kids. And yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you gotta see all these specials, but yeah, see what happens. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be awesome. I think you should hit. It's gonna hit in Japan earlier, so you could probably watch it like maybe Crunchyroll or something. But if you haven't, the English version is like, why would you watch the English version? That's something else. My subs. I watch subs. Anyways, moving on with that's Goku's mom, Jean. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but that's Goku's mom. And I'm interested to see what happens. It's gonna change like this whole thing with Goku's origin. Changes Goku's origin, yeah. Now I know why he's nice. Super Smash Bros. The problems with Super Smash Bros. That are arising. From today, we are 2 weeks away, I believe, from it being released. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I can't wait because I'm trying to cop Nintendo Switch just to buy it to play this game. But privacy issues, privacy problems going on around the world. Like the game is released now, so to some places it's been leaked or something. But like supposedly people are selling these games already. Some people have already played it. But it's crashed their systems. It's crashed Nintendo Switch systems. So if you happen to get yourself one of these games, do yourself a favor and just don't put it in your Switch. Just wait until the actual game comes out. You can't wait. Just get your hands on this, but just like you get what you pay for, right? So just wait until the actual release game, the actual game is released, and get that. It's just $60, man. Like I know some of you is just like, dude, well, $60 will get you a lot, but don't risk getting a fake leak or something. It's like music, the leaks you can't really they don't sound so good. And you can't really appreciate it, right? That's the thing. But apparently in Mexico, even some retailers are selling it, so that's crazy. I don't know who was able to do that, but like damn, I was just in Mexico too, like a couple of weeks ago. Where was this? Where was I? Could have got me one. That just cancels everything I just said. No, but for real, I wouldn't even have bought one. Like, if I had known, if I was there and I've known that there was like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on sale and they were selling it, and I could have got one in Mexico for like on the low or something. Like, I don't even have a Switch. Why would I get it, right? But yeah. Just don't risk it, man. It's like, just wait for the game to come out. That's crazy, man. Don't be getting leaked games. So that's been going on. I'm trying to get me a Switch before I even try to get me a game like that. So don't think I would have gotten one. But yeah, that's going on with Smash Bros. Right now. Leaked games. So I don't think Oh yeah, and apparently like you can't even use like Nintendo is so sensitive. They're kind of like the Disney for like the video games, the video game industry, where you use their soundtracks or sound effects or whatever from Nintendo owned stuff. Like they get mad and they'll probably fine you. They'll probably sue you or something. Jeez, Nintendo. Sharing is caring, you know that? No, but for real, like that's their issue. That's Disney stuff. They're Disney. I'm pretty sure Disney's gonna buy Nintendo one day. Anyways, that's what's going on with Super Smash Bros. But just if you get yourself one of those games, like an early release or something like that, like an early lead game, just be careful, man. Be careful with what you're doing. With anything, not just this game, but anything else. Just be careful. That stuff is. There's a reason why it's illegal. There's a reason why there's official and not official and fake. You know, and then you see what happens. They crash some systems. I mean, it's $300 for it. Don't. You're gonna end up paying more money for it. You know, it's crazy. Don't risk it. Anyway, peace offering dogs. So this happened. It's interesting. It's really nice. This is something nice. So Kim Jong, the dictator from North Korea, if you don't remember, I don't even know this, but they gave South Korea a dog to promote peace, right? That was a while ago. I don't know how long ago, but this dog that they gave just gave birth to 6 puppies. 3 males and 3 females, and apparently this dog is so the dog's name is Gomi. That was the female dog. She's given birth to 3 female and 3 male puppies, and both the president and the first lady were taking care of the dogs. So you see them, you can find a picture or something. They're so cute, you know. They're so cute dogs. Dogs are always amazing, right? So you can find some pictures. Check them out. So Gomi had puppies, and those puppies are with the. Oh, they call it the Blue House. I didn't even know that. The Blue House in South Korea. They shared a video on Twitter. It says Jaein with one of the dogs and a puppy. So I'm thinking Jaein is the male dog, maybe, because Gomi's the female dog. And so South Korea described Gomi and the other dog, Songgang, as a symbol of peace when they arrived in September. So to get there, they had to undergo a quarantine and pass through the heavily fortified demilitarized zone, DMZ, and truce village of Panmunjom. I'm sorry if I'm not saying these stuff right, but I'm trying my best. And the breed is designated as a North Korean natural monument animal. So that's really nice. You know, that was nice for Kim Jong to donate a monumental dog from North Korea to South Korea. And it was pretty much a way to symbolize peace between the two countries, to show that, you know, like, we cool, man. Check it out. To the world that we cool. North and South, we cool, we homies. And the female dog, Gomi, just gave birth. That's pretty much the whole story. Gave birth to 6 puppies. 3 males, 3 females, and, you know, they're being taken care of. That's just like a little fun story. That's just something fun to know what is going on with the world and see that, I don't know if it's a trick from Kim Jong to look good or something, but I'm trying to believe that he's trying to make amends, you know, trying to be peaceful, but yeah, who knows what's going on. But I mean, birth is always a nice thing, right? Especially with dogs. Yeah. There isn't much to say about that. It's just like, you know, something good, something nice to hear. It's nice to see. That's it. That's what we got for today. We tried something new, and that's what it is. So next, finally, we're gonna talk about some winter essentials to have in your car for my people who live in the winter world. So that's coming up. I want to talk about this because it's a. I mean, I live. If you know, I live in. If you don't know, I live in Chicago, and we have pretty bad winter season here. And we just got recently, yesterday, our first snow day, and it was brutal. Something happened to me. I had a bad. Other than me having a bad week, this last week, had to do with my wire, work, driving outside. I forget a lot. There's a couple more things, but I mean, I've been having a shitty week, but I still look at the positive side, right? Like I don't get mad. I'm not bummed out. I mean, I do get mad. I do get mad sometimes, but I'm saying like even though I had bad things happen to me this week, I'm still smiling. That's funny. That's weird to say, but anyways, so my car got stuck just yesterday. So I got to work late, but yeah, I got stuck because of the snow. And normally my car is not that bad at driving in the snow. I do gotta change the tires because they're worn out. But I couldn't get my car out, so I wasn't able to drive it, and I had to call Uber and spend some money just to go to work. But yeah. So I wanted to talk about. So I had an idea after that, like, well, what should I be carrying in my car? Because I totally was unprepared. I usually am prepared other years, but just this year I kind of had other things in my mind. Like I said, I was having a bad week already, so I didn't get to prepare for the snow. And what happened? Well, I had to spend money to go make money, right? Well, I had to spend money to get to work. So, I want to talk about what I should have had to have been ready. What people should have if you live in an area where the snow hits hard, and just in case, you should always be carrying this stuff because you never know what happens. You could always go off the road and get your car stuck, or total your car or something. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it does happen. I mean, just that same day, yesterday, my coworker was telling me, like, yeah, when I got out of work the day, like the previous day, that's when it was snowing at night, and he got out pretty late, and he was telling me that when he was on his way home, his car slipped and it went off road, and thankfully he didn't hit the pole that was, like, he said he just barely swerved around it, and he barely missed it, but he was stuck for like 40 minutes to an hour just trying to get his car out, because it was like around midnight. It was like around midnight to 1. He was out there for that long trying to take out the car. There's barely cars out there, at that time. Nobody's out there, especially if it's like snowing and the roads are full of snow. No one's gonna be out there, so he was by himself, and he had to pull snow out like with his hand because he wasn't even ready just to get the car out and for him to get home. So, hopefully he's watching, and he'll get to. Well, this won't come out till Friday, but hopefully he'll watch and he'll get ready for if it happens again. Hopefully it doesn't, but you never know. You never know with the snow. But so first, we've already done a general essentials. Like there was probably more, but I'm gonna give you like 5 major ones that you should always have, like a recap of what you should always have in the car. And we've already talked about this. We've already had essentials for cars. But here we go. 5 things five out of the however many we had. If you haven't checked that out, you can always check it out. I'll try to find it and put it up somewhere, so you can always like put a link or something so you can always check it out. But just in case you don't find it, or I can't find it either in the archives, here we go. So 1, water and food. Always carry that. Try to have like fresh water. Because if you leave like water bottles there now in the winter, they're gonna freeze, and it's gonna take an effort just to unfreeze them if anything bad happens. So try to carry always fresh water, like a bottle, like your own bottled water, not the plastic ones, but just water bottle, and just try to keep fresh water all the time with you. Food, snacks, whatever, just in case you gotta get your energy, so you gotta replenish food just in case you're stuck Should always have food with you so you can always eat. First aid kit is one of the basic ones. Always can carry that. Basic car tool kit as well. You always need the tools you need to, just in case you need to change a tire or do some other stuff, like you need a screwdriver, a wrench, whatever. Make sure to carry a basic car tool kit. Always carry a spare tire. You should always, if it's a brand new car, you should already have a spare tire. But if you got a used car and you don't have a spare tire, always get yourself one, because spare tires are very important. Huge importance right there. Another one is jumper cables. So just in case you need to help someone, or someone you need someone to help you, but they don't carry jumper cables because they there and watch the videos. Show them that you're ready, and this has happened before because at work somebody's always telling me, "Hey, can you jump my car?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure," and I go help them out, and I'm like, "Where you got your cables?" And they hit me with the, "Oh, I don't carry them," and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Always. That's what we did the essentials to carry, because I told all of this person came into work and told me if I can jump their car, but they didn't have jumper cables. So those are 5 things right there. Should always have. Let's talk about some assumptions that you should always, I'm assuming you should know this stuff, but just in case you don't know, you should know, especially for winter season. So first one obviously is winter driving skills. These is, driving in the winter is different than driving when it's when there's no snow. Obviously the car's gonna be sliding and slipping, so you should know, if you're slipping, you're swerving and stuff, you should know what to do in that situation. If you talk drivers out, they tell you about it. So yeah, driving skills. You should already know, not speeding too much, how much distance you should be from a car. Never tailgate. Hate it when people are like, yeah, you're driving slow. Everybody's driving slow during the winter, during snow, and the roads aren't clean. But I still hate it when there's still a line of cars together, I'm over here separate, and then car in front of me is far away, at least enough space for me to brake just in case, and my car's gonna slide, so just in case it has enough room to stop, but then there's a guy behind me who's right next to me, so it's, come on, man. Driving skills, you should know how to drive in the winter. Know your car. No difference between a functioning car, and if you know your car isn't functioning well, then get that fixed. Get yourself to the mechanic. Get your car to your mechanic, and check that out. You don't want to have problems during the winter. It's bad. This is what this is for. But just in case, always know what a well-functioning car is. Always drive with at least your gas tank should have halfway full. Once you start getting to that halfway point, fill your gas tank up, man. Just don't risk being gas tank being a quarter or less. Half or below is bad. No good. Gas freezes the same. It's liquid and it freezes, So you should be driving a full car of gas. Take familiar routes. Never risk, taking a route that you don't know. But always take familiar routes. Just because you know how it works, you know where the stop signs are at, you know where the lights are at, you know where the turns are at, you know how the road is. Because when there's snow, you can't see the lanes, so it's don't take unfamiliar routes. And then I would say always let people know where you're going, where you're going to be at, just in case. So they you tell them you're telling them you're at the library. They're going to know that if something happened, you took a route that's going to the library. So if anything bad happens, they can find you that way. They can go search for you that way, So that always helps. Those are the assumptions, you should know. There's 5 of them. And now let's talk about essentials that you should have in the winter. So items on you. We're going to have 2 categories. Items that you should be carrying with you, and things you should be carrying either kind of bag or on your car. So items on you. Always be carrying a wallet that has your ID. A wallet that has your ID and some kind of currency, whether it's your card or some cash. I say, carry your card, but also carry some cash. So, should be always with you. Your phone, and with your phone, you should always have a charger. At least, I carry 1 charger and then a spare charger. So I'm carrying one with me, and then I have one in my bag. So yeah, and just in case, don't just carry the ones that are plug-ins to the wall or something. Just in case, always carry chargers that are like portable chargers, because your car might not be working, you can't plug in the USB there, but you can always plug your phone to a portable charger. Make sure that thing is charged though. So another thing is pocket knife or a and not just but the multi-tool. So you never know when you can use like something that you need to cut. I had this really cool pocket knife once that was like a knife and the seatbelt cutter and the flashlight. So it's like kind of like a multi-tool as well. But I mean, other than separate than a pocket knife, always carry a multi-tool, something that has like screwdrivers, not screws, but screwdrivers and stuff like that. Flashlight, you know what a multi-tool looks like, so get yourself one of those, and you should be always carrying that. And I would say like a pen and emergency contact book. A book that has all your emergency contacts, just in case your phone like eventually dies. You don't know how long you're gonna be out there, but just in case your phone dies, you can't get access to your contacts. But you don't memorize all your your emergency contact numbers in your head. Always carry a book with those numbers. That way, if you need to use somebody else's phone or if you find a phone like a payphone or something, yeah, they exist. So, but just in case you can have access to another phone. You get access to your, you just slip out your little book and you got your emergency contact numbers there. So that's everything you should be carrying with you. Now let's move on to either having a bag. I would suggest having a bag and then like a bag in your car. So like the bag is for the purpose of, that's all your stuff for the winter. Try to get like a duffel bag or something, a Craftsman tool or something, like a Craftsman tool bag or a duffel bag, and always just keep these items, try to keep these items together with it. That way, like when winter season is done, you just put it in your garage or something in your house. Winter season comes again, just pull that bag out and put it in your car. Like easy access like that. Have everything together as well. It'll be easier just in case you're out there too long and you can easily access all that stuff together. You won't lose everything like in your car, under the seat, like in your trunk, the back seat or something. I don't know. Things get lost, but just try to keep everything together in a bag. That's why I say bag/car. I call it the winter bag. So the stuff will be on there. So let's say flashlight. Always carry flashlights. We did have flashlights on the car essentials, but just in case, always have another flashlight. Have one in your car, but then also have one in the bag. It's never wrong to have flashlights. So if you got like flashlights that you don't use a lot, just throw them in there. Flashlights will always be useful. Just in case one runs out of battery, you got another flashlight, a backup. Always have backup. Remember backups here. Remember always backups here. That sounds so like I'm talking so fast or something. Next, this is something that you should always carry like as a winter bag is flares. So just in case it gets dark outside, you'll always have like a flare. Make sure it doesn't get wet, but have it in a plastic bag so it doesn't get wet. And you have a flare so that you can always just signal people at night or something. You have a flashlight, right? You can always signal, but just in case, the flares will show people that you're from far distance that you're stuck or something, that you need emergency or something, that you're there, put on the side of the road or something, and they can see it. Flares are useful. Try to get yourself some flares. I know this is gonna be a little bit pricey to get, but if you can, it'd be awesome. Some tow cables. If you can't get tow cables, try to get a rope. But usually tow cables are they're strong enough to have a car pull another car out of. If they get stuck into the snow. Some ropes won't be strong enough. Some ropes might just they could risk breaking your bumper or something. They could risk I don't know. But tow cables, they're very I want to say stable. That's what I want to say. I think that's the right word for it. They're good for support, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. They'll support a car pulling another car. They won't break easily, rip easily, whatever you want to say. It's a little pricey, but if you can get yourself some tow cables, always get yourself some tow cables for the winter. They're useful for not only people. It's like the jumper cable situation where if you need help and somebody doesn't have tow cables, I got me some tow cables. Or if you're gonna help somebody, I mean, it's also useful to helping others, Obviously, this one is a priority. Shovel, it's a huge priority. It's a shovel. Like I said, my coworker had to pull snow to clean out the snow with his hands, his bare hands. Imagine that. You might as well do that if you don't carry a shovel. So always carry a shovel, because you don't want to be cleaning the snow with your hands. Burns, trust me. I've done it myself as well, and now I carry a shovel. Try to have like a foldable, like a small backup shovel that, like, ones that like retract or something. They fold in or fold out, but those easily break. So I would get yourself one of those like wood, the ones with the wood, like a full shovel that's big with wood, a handle of wood, because the plastic ones, they break easily. You don't want that happening. I would say lighters, matches, something to start fire with. Mankind has always survived on fire, but fire is destructive. But just in case, I mean, it's always good to have something to start fire, or if you know the knowledge for you to start fire, but there's snow, so it's gonna be hard, but it's tough. But yeah, some way to start fires. To keep yourself warm, not to cause more destruction, We don't need that. But just in case, with that, always, I'd say carry a fire extinguisher. Just in case, I mean, if your car is on fire, just get out. But just in case you got kids or something, having a fire extinguisher will help you with that. Remote. Ice scraper. I gotta stop saying so much. Ice scrapers. I'm surprised that nobody has these sometimes, and a lot of people don't even have some of these things, but ice scrapers is essential, to scrape the ice from your windshield, so you can see, or just if you need ice scrapers. Now we're going to move on to clothing here. And with the clothing, again, think backup. Remember the word backup. Backup is important here. So gloves. Always carry some in your bag. Always carry some in the car. Backup gloves, just in case you're not by yourself, so in case somebody else needs them. Gloves, and it's not those gloves that are really thin. I'm talking about those big, thick gloves, mechanic gloves. I'm talking about those will keep you warm. Ski mask, a medical mask. I prefer a ski mask over a medical mask, but just in case you got medical mask, that's fine. But a ski mask will protect everything. Medical mask usually only protects your mouth, your nose. But a ski mask will protect your ears, keep your whole face warm. So always have a ski mask. And with that, again, right, backup ski mask. Jackets, sweaters. Get yourself like thick jackets. If you're gonna have a sweater there, always make sure it's made out of wool. This isn't wool, but always make sure it has wool. It's made out of wool, not has, but made out of wool. And remember, backup jackets, backup sweaters. Whatever you need to keep warm, that includes blankets. I got blanket up there as well. A blanket and then a backup blanket, just in case you're with someone else. And repair book, just in case you don't know how a car works. Having a repair book is good. You gotta look at how to change a tire. Well, you should know how to change a tire, but just in case, that's what a repair book is for. Boots, going back. I know you want to look fresh and wear some shoes, some nice shoes, but when you're going out. But if you're gonna be wearing some nice shoes, or you're going somewhere formal, getting out of work, you're gonna be working with work shoes, like dress shoes. If you're working, that's not gonna do you any good in the snow, right? For women, I don't know why you would be driving with like heels, but if you go to church, you put on some heels, but that won't be doing very good either in the snow, So you always gotta have some big boots. Thick boots, worn out boots, doesn't matter. Some boots that you're not gonna miss at home, or you're not gonna want to wear. Just have those in the car. With that, backup boots, just in case someone is with you. And last, I would say foldable gas can. I don't know if you know what a gas can is. It's something that carries gas, exactly, right? So yeah, carry a foldable one. You can always. Man, I use a lot of ums, don't I? Gas can is useful for helping others as well, not just yourself, but just in case you need to go get some gas or give somebody some gas. Carry some gas to someone. Have a gas can. can walk to your nearest gas station if you're around near one, get some gas, take it back to your car. Because not all cars go over the ditch, but you just ran out of gas because you didn't fill it up. but yeah, gas can. Something that you could always, if you can, try to get it. It's useful. And that's not the last thing. I want to say one more thing that you should have in the car is a map. A local map or some type of map that, you know where you're at. If you don't know where you're at, that way you have the map for it. So just in case you're calling somebody, some help, some tow company, and they're like, where you at? And you're like, I don't know. It's just like somewhere. I was going over here, but I don't know where, because there's always like, you're going to be like, I was going to a McDonald's. You're going to be like, which McDonald's? Well, with the map, right? Because sometimes your phone ain't going to work. You ain't going to be able to access Google. You ain't going to be able to access Google Maps, and then can't know where you're at. That's what a physical map is for. I would say that's about it. If I miss anything, let me know. If there's some other stuff that you should always be carrying, then just put it down in the description box below or something. Not the description box, the comment section below. Let me know if I missed anything. But that's my stuff. I'm sorry I can't show you like pictures or anything, like examples. Like if I'm like a physical object or something, I don't have them with me. But yeah, go back to the list. I know it's a long list. It's a lot to take in. But try to watch the video again. Try to watch other videos. I'm pretty sure some other people have winter essential videos and some advice. This is some stuff that I from my knowledge, so that could be useful for me. So, and that I use. That's my list. Both for things you should be carrying on and what you should have in your car. Have a bag. Like I said, winter bag. You can always just put it away, bring it out for the winter season. There's your winter essentials and your, what you should know about winter driving. Whew. That was a lot to take in. Wasn't it? I was like talking so fast, I lost my voice just got dry, my mouth. Man, it's crazy. Alright, thanks for watching again. That's the Sumian podcast, episode number 23. Be sure to give a comment, like, share, all the good stuff. Subscribe. Hopefully all can join us for episode 24, right? We'll see. Stay tuned for other stuff. We're putting out some other content, and watch out for our live streams. Normally we do it on Tuesdays, but I think this week we'll be doing it on Thursday. This will probably live stream before this comes out. So follow my social media just so you know when we're gonna be live, when we're gonna be doing stuff, and all that stuff, etc. That's what I'm trying to say. Whew. Any final words? Nope, I got nothing else to say. All the way in here to give me some final words. So remember, always go for no. Peace.